For our second guest, we have Mike Ditson. Mike Ditson is the Karate BC team current head coach, and he just got appointed to that on May 2015.
Yes. He's also been a BC team coach for 6 years as an assistant coach.
So heavily involved before that.
Yeah.
He's been in karate for over 30 years, which is a really long time. How old are you? 12?
I'm 12.
So yeah, that's like almost 3 times your life.
Yeah.
He's an old guy like
I
guess.
Yeah. He's been teaching for 15 years as well. So.
Which is awesome. So he's been pretty successful as a coach. In 2009, he was the Karate BC Coach of the Year.
Yeah. He was also Karate BC High Performance Coach of the Year in 2012.
So pretty involved, current member of the Karate BC High Performance Committee. On the line, we have Mike Ditson. How's it going, Mike?
I'm doing pretty good. How are you guys?
Good.
Yeah, we're doing great. Thanks for joining us. So first episode, we're kind of covering the whole process of the BC team, the executive position on the system to get in. We're going to be talking to you about once people want to try out for the BC team, they're signed up, what that involves, what it looks like, and then we'll be talking to Kyber after on what his experience is. So maybe just give us a little rundown on yourself. How'd you get involved in karate? Why'd you start? Why are you still doing it?
Well, I started when I was a kid and when I was 5-6 years old, and looking for something for self-defense, because sometimes you need that confidence to deal with certain situations when you're younger. And
absolutely.
Through the years, I just built many friendships and relationships, and it just became a natural thing to do. And I'm still doing it today because I still love it. I love it probably more every day than the last. And
this is your career, right? This is what you do.
Yeah, it's my job. It's my career. It's part of my life. It's everything.
That's fantastic.
Yeah.
So BC team-wise, this is Lauren's first year trying out for the BC team. She doesn't really know what to expect. We were talking a little earlier. She just did a fitness testing here at the dojo, didn't you, Lauren?
Yeah, I did.
So how'd that go? What do you think about that?
That went okay. We've done some practices of it in our dojo that were a little different than the actual test.
Right.
But some of it was hard. Some of it wasn't that hard.
So you wanted to ask a little bit about it, didn't you?
Yeah. So what is the purpose of the the fitness testing?
Absolutely. Well, the purpose of the fitness test is to get, first, I think in the first year or so, is to get a baseline of where our athletes are in comparison to, say, the national champion in your age category.
Okay.
Right.
And maybe eventually, once we get enough data, we can compare our athletes' fitness levels to the fitness levels of athletes in similar sports.
Okay.
Maybe even compare them
Right.
to other sports, that might not have similar fitness requirements, but just in comparison to the national average within our sport.
Okay. So is just BC doing it so far, or are other places doing it?
I believe right now, the plan is headed by Richard and Coach Kalen,
Right.
and I think they're trying to push it to be a Karate Canada thing, which then may trickle down to the other provinces. But the fitness test has been part of the team program in the years past. I'm not sure why we got away from it, but I'm glad that it's back. It gives the athletes another reason to train, and one more thing to train for.
And it probably pushes them. Like, it's motivating if they see somebody in their division, right? If you're in the girls 12-13, so you go in and you see, the reigning national champ from BC got these scores. Holy cow! I gotta up my game, I guess, right?
Exactly.
Yeah. So how was it? How did it all go? Like, I heard, it was held here at our dojo. I think we had about a dozen in our zone, but down in Vancouver, I heard there was like 120 or 130.
Yeah, we had 120 people in this huge gym, and it was still literally wall to wall.
Wow.
But it went really well from what I heard. I haven't seen the test results yet. They haven't all been compiled and come back yet. But from the sounds of it, it was really good.
Crazy. So that's a mandatory portion of being on I guess it's called the BC team squad?
Yes. I guess we're still doing the squad naming. But that's the only mandatory part. And even in our team, we have, our national team members. And those athletes, they've been over the years, they don't have to participate at the BC team level. We
Okay.
invite them all to, and we really, really want them to because,
Yeah.
their experience is valuable to everybody on the team.
For sure.
But in the past, there's been some that choose not to participate in the team training. But this year, it's mandatory even for them that they do the fitness test so that we
Okay.
have those national champions to
Yeah.
compare the,
Yeah.
the provincial level athletes to the national champions.
So you mentioned the BC team training. So we held a little one with
Yeah.
our dozen athletes in Zone 2 here. So Lauren's going to be going to and I assume all the other people trying out for the BC team, to the BC Open. And there's a team training associated to that. So if you're brand new to the team, you've never trained in that big team environment, what can these kids expect?
Well, I think that they can expect it to be a very positive environment and a very energetic environment. We have athletes on the team that have been there for years, longer than probably the 8 or 9 years that I've been involved as a coach. And they're very welcoming to new athletes. We have coaches that we have on our coaching staff, not the only reason to help introduce the new athletes, but their specialties are introducing the newer and the younger athletes onto the team and helping them become long-term members of the team.
Right.
And I think if they can expect that. I think they can expect to train hard. They can expect to learn something technical, tactical, and hopefully learn something about, mental and physical preparation to help them, for when we go to Quebec.
Yeah. So talking about that, Quebec. So we've been kind of spoiled here in BC. We've had the nationals here. I think it's 4 years or 5 years.
4 out of 5.
Yeah, 4 out of 5 in the last 5 years. So that's pretty lucky. So Lauren and everybody else is losing home turf advantage, I suppose. So as a head coach, what are your thoughts on that? Do you think these kids are going to amp up and know that they have to raise their game a little bit traveling?
I think so.
Yeah.
I'm excited actually to finally get out of BC.
Right.
We've been here for quite a while.
Totally.
But I think what we need to expect is, say if you take in the NHL, we're not the home team anymore. We're going to be the away team. And we have to deal with not being the home team. And it's going to be a tough environment. Quebec always has a large team, so they have a lot of athletes. They always have a lot of referees, and they'll have more so because it's at home.
Yeah.
And the few times that I've been to Quebec as a competitor or they're coaching for the BC team, they have a huge number of people that come out and watch the event, and they are loud.
Yeah.
They are very loud, and they are very excited. They're going to be cheering for Quebec, but we're going to have probably 125 to 130 maybe athletes from BC, all their parents and their family, and we're going to have a smaller group, but we're going to have a very loud and excited group too to help give a little bit to that home feeling to our athletes in Quebec. But
BC's pretty passionate, and
we are very passionate, and I think we have enough experience on the team with the coaches and the other athletes that are there, the athletes that have been around for a long time, to know what that away team environment is like, and I think we'll be all right.
So how does that sort of work? So these new members, so say these 12, 13s, and even the new members in other age categories, 14, 15 adults, does the team travel together? Does it stay together? Do these kids go with their parents? How does it all work?
Every year is a little bit different. We try as much as we can to travel as a team.
Right.
I think the ones here from the Okanagan, maybe we travel together, and then we meet up with the ones from Vancouver and the island and up north.
Makes sense, yeah.
But as best as we can, we like to travel together. I mean, it's very difficult trying to, arrange transportation for, say, 125 athletes, all their parents, the referees, the Karate BC executives. So, trying to get everybody on the same flight's a little bit difficult.
Yeah.
So we travel there as best as we can. And that, I think somebody pointed out to me at the team training in Vancouver, it's like they're so happy that we're actually leaving BC, going to Quebec, because we get that team bonding experience and traveling together.
Yeah.
And I mean, with me, some of my best friends that I ever met, that I still have today, I met through karate, through the BC team when I was a kid, when I was Lauren's age.
Right.
And they're still my best friends today, and now they're with me on the coaching staff, and it's amazing. And getting that bonding time with your friends and team, it's awesome.
That's crazy. Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
we've traveled. Lauren and I have traveled together. We've been across Canada to Moncton and stuff, and
that was
that's
fun.
the stuff that you remember.
Yeah.
I think
Absolutely.
the whole way home, you and I, we sat beside each other on the airplane. I think we watched Storage Wars the whole way. Yeah. So it's you remember those things.
Yeah.
So
Sometimes you remember those things more than the competition itself.
That's
Yeah.
exactly
Yeah.
right. That's exactly right. So say we send these 120 people, say they do outstanding. So if outside of the BC team, if they do well at nationals, then they're going to be looking at Team Canada. How does that work? Do you have to place, do you have to be the champ? Do you have to place top 2? Do you have to medal? How does that system work?
My understanding is the top 4 at nationals becomes like the national team squad.
Right.
Okay.
Like we would do here in BC.
Right.
And then from there, they go to, I believe this year, the U.S. Open is a qualifying point event.
Okay.
Last year, they did Croatia, the Youth World Cup. I can't remember if there's any other junior events. And then after that, I believe the top 2 point getters from the national team qualifying period, they get to go to the Junior Pan American Championships, which I'm not sure where they are this year. They're usually somewhere in South America.
Right.
And because, well, as you guys may know, you might be excited for it's the Senior World Championships coming up in 8-9 days now.
Yeah.
So a year from now will be the Junior World Championships. So this year coming up, this national championships coming up that we're getting ready for is step 1 in qualifying for the Junior World Championships in Egypt in October 2017.
Which is incredible.
So that would be the big end goal for the national team.
And the national team, I mean, the BC team has some really strong people on the national team that competed
we do.
Last.
And we're coming strong on the national team.
Yeah, so juniors especially, I hear are coming strong from BC.
Well, we had a couple of big results over the summer, like Melissa won gold at the Youth World Cup in Croatia. Yeah. That was pretty huge.
No kidding.
She even beat the reigning champion of that event 8-0.
Unreal. That's crazy.
So what are some goals that we have, that Team BC has for these nationals this year?
I don't ever like to talk about like medal goals. For me, it's more the process.
Okay.
I want to, for our team to go there and be well prepared, whether well prepared technically, tactically, emotionally, physically, and I think my goals are always in the process, not in the outcome. And if we train hard and we prepare well and we support each other, then I think our goals of, everybody's goal is they want to win. I think if we do well in the preparation, then the outcome will come.
Right.
Okay, so over all the athletes you've seen, what's one mistake that a lot of people make in competition?
That's a good question. It's very difficult to narrow down, say, one mistake, but I would probably put it towards what I just said there in the preparation.
Yeah.
Okay.
And in different ways. Some athletes will go to competition and be completely underprepared.
Okay.
Other athletes I've seen more at the senior levels and the higher levels, they are overtrained. So they probably actually trained too hard, and they got to the day of the competition and they have so many overuse injuries and their bodies are breaking down that it makes the competition difficult. So I would say in a lot of ways, probably in the preparation.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then do you sort of bring that up at the, BC team training sessions, just trying to, because the YTPs, we're going to be talking to Richard, well, the YTPs are involved this year. So the coaches are going to kind of look at the training programs of these athletes and try to steer them to peak at nationals, I suppose.
Absolutely. Right? Because I think winning is a repeatable outcome of good preparation. And I think that, we have some athletes, their BC team, they're national champions. They've gone to international competitions. And you can see at some events, they really peak and they're untouchable. But the next event, they're, so-so, and they only get bronze. And not saying that that's not good.
Sure.
But, I think that when expectations are pretty high for some of those athletes, that, their preparation is so important so that winning becomes a repeatable habit.
Yeah.
For sure. Well, it sounds like BC has some work to do now that they're traveling away from home turf, but I think it'll be fun. Like you said, it's the bonding experience that a lot of people are going to get out of this competition.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so new people on the team. Hopefully that gives you some ideas. I guess we didn't touch on it, but the BC Open is a major Grand Prix point tournament, I believe the terminology is, as well as the team selection tournament. So that's in early December and then January. For people who have never done those types of events, maybe just is there anything special about them? Because, talking to our people, they get a little nervous, anxiety's coming up a little bit because it's not just getting the medal around your neck, it's you're pushing for a spot. Yeah. So
I know.
Anything to expect, I guess, outside of the norm?
Well, it's something that I know in the coaches we always talk about. Like, this is our first year of doing the Grand Prix tournament. So in the past, it had always been provincials and then one final winner-take-all team selection tournament. Right. And in that final team selection tournament in years past, it has always been the most emotional and toughest tournament of the year. I'm not sure what to expect this year with two big tournaments coming up.
Yeah.
I'm sure that last tournament when all the points are really close and we're getting down to where you're only allowed 2 or 3 athletes that are going to go to nationals, I'm sure the level of competition is going to step up for sure, but also the emotional and the mental side is going to go too. And usually that last tournament of the year is very emotional.
Oh, absolutely.
And I would just say to all the young ones and the new ones, train as hard as we can to prepare for an event that will feel like nationals. And we have some events and some divisions here within BC that just your age and weight category here in BC will be harder than it is at nationals.
For sure.
Yeah.
For sure. And even some kata divisions too.
Oh, absolutely.
Some zone playoff kata championships are just as hard as nationals.
We've had to do many, many wild cards for certain zones just because, they have like 5 national champions competing in one event in their zone. So, we have to wild card them to provincials and then wild card them to nationals so they can all medal.
So maybe that'll be the last sort of BC team question, but maybe let's talk about that for the people who don't know or are new to the team. From all the Grand Prix points, you're going to be taking the top 3 in each kata division and top 2 in each kumite weight division.
Yes.
Outside of the fact of their status for ex-national champions. Do you mind just kind of talking a little bit about
absolutely.
that?
So as you perfectly put it, the top 2 in each kumite division and the top 3 in each kata division are off to nationals, as well as we are allowed to include in each division if we have a gold or silver medalist from the previous nationals. And that could be, say, in the juniors. It could be if the person won in the 12-13, they were gold medalist in kata, and this year coming up they're going to be 14. Well, they get to still keep that status. Nice. And they could go in the 14-15 in kata, so we could take that extra person. Perfect. If that person happened to be one of the point getters as well, then we could take the next point person as well. So that person having status does not bump anybody out.
Nice.
And then also the junior national team members are invited and senior national team members are invited as well.
So there's a lot of opportunity. I mean, if you're in a division stacked with, these ex-national champions, you can still get in and still represent your province.
As long as you're the next highest point person after them.
Absolutely,
yeah.
It's exciting. I mean, that's why last year we were able to send such a big team. And I think this year we're going to be able to send an even bigger team.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm excited.
Yeah, it's going to be a busy weekend for you guys. Okay, we're going to hit you. We like to end every interview with a little bit of fun questions. So we're going to hit you with a lightning round.
All right.
We're going to hit you with some quick questions. It's going to be a this or that. So pick this option or pick this option. And we'll see what you come up with. All right. Ready to go, Lauren?
Yeah.
Okay, you hit it with the first question.
Dog or cat?
Dog.
Kata or kumite?
Kumite.
You're allowed 3 passes. We'll give them 3.
Oh, okay, pass.
Netflix or YouTube?
Oh, YouTube.
It's hard already, eh? You're only 3 in. Aka or Ao?
Ow. That was always my lucky color.
There you go. Yeah.
Cake or pie?
Oh, cake.
Yeah, that's me too. Kumite video review or no video review?
Oh, video review.
For sure.
Jogging or hiking?
Hiking.
Yuko Wazari Ippon or Ippon Nihon Sanbon?
Ippon Nihon Sanbon.
Yeah,
I'm
me
probably going
too.
to get my butt kicked for that one.
No, I like that one better too.
Facebook or Twitter?
Oh, Facebook.
Apple or Android?
Oh, Apple.
Yeah, good.
Music or podcasts?
Music.
Let's do hamburgers or tacos?
Oh, man. Hamburgers.
Coffee or tea?
Oh, coffee.
Tablet or computer?
Computer.
Okay.
Book or ebook?
Ebook.
Nice. Oh, he did pretty good. He only passed once, I think,
Yeah.
right?
What, I failed them all except for one?
Yeah, no, you just passed one question. Just the Qatar
okay.
Comité question.
I see.
You answered the others. That's perfect. Well, thanks a lot for your time. Hopefully that clear up some questions for all these new, crazy, incredible people going onto the BC team.
Awesome. Well, it was my pleasure.
Yeah, we appreciate it. Thanks very much.
No problem. All right.
Excellent.
You guys have a good one.
Thanks very much. Have a good rest of the day.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye. So yeah, that was a good conversation with Mike. A lot of information out there. Hopefully it helps that next generation coming along. Did it answer any of your questions that you had sort of lingering out there?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, a couple about just how it works, how the BC team selection tournament runs and things like that.
Yeah,
so.
yeah. Well, hopefully it answers some. I think he did a really good job. He traveling to Quebec with that big of a team, he's going to have a lot to handle. But he sounds like he's really prepared, and that coaching
really
staff
excited
is
too,
to rise up to the challenge. That's perfect. So thanks again, Mike, for being on the first show. We really appreciate it. And we'll move on to our next guest right away.
Yeah.